Title: The Clockwork Rose. The story unfolds in the vibrant city of Silverstone, known for its bustling streets, hidden alleys, and a lingering air of mystery. My name is Lily Harper. I'm 24, with shoulder-length chestnut hair, sharp hazel eyes, and a crooked smile that seems to get me into as much trouble as it gets me out of. I'm an amateur watchmaker and a sucker for romance novels. My days are mostly spent tinkering with old clocks, but tonight was supposed to be different. I glanced at the invitation in my hand as I stood outside the towering Skylight Museum. It was a gala celebrating the opening of an exhibit featuring the legendary Clockwork Rose, a jewel-encrusted mechanical flower said to hold a secret only its rightful owner could unlock. As a hobbyist watchmaker, I couldn't resist. Plus, the ticket was a gift from my best friend, Emily, who believed I needed more excitement in my life. Walking inside, I was struck by the opulence of the event. Chandeliers sparkled like stars, and the air buzzed with chatter from elegantly dressed guests. But my eyes were drawn to a figure across the room, a tall man with tousled black hair and piercing blue eyes. He looked out of place, wearing a leather jacket instead of a suit, his gaze fixed on the Clockwork Rose. I shook off the thought and approached the exhibit. The Clockwork Rose was encased in glass, spinning gently on its pedestal. The intricate gears shimmered, and the petals seemed almost alive. As I leaned in for a closer look, I felt someone step beside me. "Beautiful, isn't it?" the man said, his voice low and smooth. "It's a masterpiece," I replied, trying not to sound too fascinated by him. "I'm Caleb," he said, his piercing eyes now on me. "You seem different from the rest." "Is that a compliment or an insult?" I teased, trying to mask my curiosity. "Depends on how you take it," he smirked. "But you might want to step back." Before I could ask why, the lights flickered and a deafening alarm blared. Chaos erupted as masked figures stormed in, shouting orders and demanding the Clockwork Rose. In the chaos, Caleb grabbed my hand. "Come with me if you want to live," he said, pulling me toward the emergency exit. "Excuse me," I yelled, trying to resist, but his grip was firm. "I'll explain later," he said, his tone urgent. "Right now, they're after you." "Me?" I barely had time to process his words before we were running through the dimly lit alleys of Silverstone. We ducked into an abandoned clock shop, the air thick with dust and the scent of rusted metal. Caleb finally let go of my hand, pacing as he explained. "The Clockwork Rose isn't just a pretty artifact," he said. "It's a key. And you, Lily Harper, are the one who can unlock it." I blinked. "What are you talking about?" "I'm just a watchmaker." "Exactly," he said. "Your family's been tied to this secret for generations. Didn't you ever wonder why you were so drawn to gears and mechanisms?" Before I could answer, the sound of boots echoed outside. Caleb grabbed a strange-looking pocket watch from his jacket and handed it to me. "This is your birthright," he said. "It'll guide you to the truth. But first, we need to lose them." We burst out of the shop just as the masked figures closed in. Caleb fought them off with surprising skill, while I fumbled with the pocket watch. Suddenly, it began to glow, and the hands spun wildly. "Turn the dial and think of a safe place," Caleb shouted. I did as he said, and in an instant, we were no longer in the alley but standing in a serene park under the night sky. "How did?" I started to ask, but Caleb cut me off. "No time. The Rose is calling you. It's your destiny to protect it and uncover its secret." Guided by the pocket watch, we found ourselves back at the museum, sneaking through hidden passages until we reached the Clockwork Rose. The masked figures were gone, but the danger wasn't over. As I touched the rose, it came to life, spinning faster and faster until it projected a holographic map. Caleb looked at me with awe. "You're the guardian," he said softly. I laughed nervously. Guardian of what? A glorified flower. But deep down, I knew this was bigger than me. With Caleb's help, we returned the rose to its rightful place, ensuring its secret stayed safe. As dawn broke over Silverstone, we stood on the museum steps, exhausted but victorious. "You're full of surprises," I said, smiling at him. "And you're braver than you think," he replied. As we parted ways, I felt a strange sense of fulfillment, and maybe a spark of something more. Caleb promised we'd meet again, and somehow, I knew he meant it. As I walked home, the city waking up around me, I realized that life is full of unexpected twists. Maybe I wasn't just a watchmaker after all. And that's the end of our adventure with the secret of the Clockwork Rose. I hope you enjoyed this story full of mystery and excitement. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that will help you improve your English in a fun way. Thanks for joining us, and see you in the next story.